Started with Ira Winterman.
All right, let's cut to the chase. UD, are you coming back next season?
I'm going to a barbecue to eat chicken and ribs and stuff with my family. Next question.
Are you going to have another season for dessert?
Um, After I finish the chicken and ribs, depending on how much I eat, I'm probably going to take a nap. Next question.
Going from there, since it'll probably come at some promotional event and I'll have to buy another Subway sandwich, what is your timing on how you're going to play this out? I mean, last year, literally, we were on the eve of the season when I was asked if I wanted that toasted or not. So how do you think you're going to let this play out in coming weeks and months?
To be honest with you, Ira, basketball is the last thing on my priority list right now. Season is over. It's been the first thing on my priority list for so long, obviously throughout the season. So the season's over right now. I haven't thought about basketball. I haven't thought about next year. I haven't thought about anything. I thought about my kids, opportunity to get a chance to see them play, thinking about my wife, thinking about business. So obviously, like I said, me and Spo have a time to have our conversations, and we'll make our decision from there. It was an exciting, 2 minutes that I had, 3-4 minutes that I had. So, based on that, I deserve a max.
Or max per minute. Thanks, UD.
All right, up next we'll go to Tim Reynolds.
You did set the NBA record for ejections per 36 minutes this season. So
I've been a trendsetter my whole life, Tim. You ain't figured this out by now?
I know, I'm telling you.
If I did it their way, I would have never been here.
It's just one more thing for the banner raising ceremony. That's all I'm saying.
Exactly.
So, the fact that Spo has been pretty clear that he'd like you to be here for about 30 more years, I think, probably. The fact that he still values what you bring in this off-court role, in that leadership role, in that locker room role, what has it meant and what does it mean to you going forward?
I mean, it's value because it's earned. You know what I'm saying? What people don't understand is Spo doesn't praise me and these guys don't listen to me just because I show up every day. I roll up my sleeves. I'm in the trenches and I get it done every day. Just because people don't see it, at 1:30 on Saturdays, or they don't see it at 7:30 on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, doesn't mean that work ain't being done behind the scenes here. I mean, I ain't just look like this. I ain't a model. So obviously I'm doing this for a reason. You know what I'm saying? There's a standard that has to be set, and I have to be able to keep up, and I have to be able to compete with these guys at a high level. Trust me, the day I can't compete and the day I can't push these guys and do my job, you know what I'm saying, then there's no conversation to have. You know what I'm saying? These guys listen to me because the body of work is still being put in. You know what I'm saying? They're not listening to me for what I did. They listen to me for what I can still do. Just because I don't step on the basketball court and do it every day and people might think I'm done, doesn't mean that it's not work getting done behind here and I'm not pushing these guys to be the best versions of themselves. And for them to be the best version of themselves, I got to be in the trenches. I got to do the work. I don't have an off season. I'm 40 years old. If I take an off season, I might as well retire. So I don't have an off season. Straight from the season, I'm going back into the gym. I'm calling Bam. His ass is coming with me. I'm calling Precious. He's coming with me. I spend times with these guys' family. This is a 24-hour job. This is a lifestyle for me. So it's earned. Everything Spo gives me is earned.
Everyone in the history of this league, except for, I guess, like the original guys in this league 75 years ago, everyone's had someone to emulate. There's never been someone in this role that you're in now. The guy who stays in great shape, does the work, prides himself on the work, and doesn't play. So how have you carved out this role? You're one of one.
That's why when I get those minutes, y'all see I can still do some shit out there. That's all. I don't listen. I understand my role, and I ain't gonna get very many minutes. But the minutes I do get, I take them shit seriously. You know what I'm saying? And whether it was 2 minutes or 4 minutes, the jumper was still there, the energy was still there, and the rebounding was still there. And you can go last year in the bubble. I played one half. And if I remember correctly, it was something like 9 and 7. You put my numbers together, it's gonna be a double-double still there. Man, this game ain't changed. It's actually got easier. I'm just fortunate enough to stay in shape in my body, and the Lord has given me the ability to still be around here. But I can still play this game. People just don't understand the sacrifice of somebody like me who can still play this game and have to sit there every night and put into other people and get that out of other people and don't get the physical attributes of it themselves. People can't fathom that kind of sacrifice, but people won't do it. I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. If I see Bam doing his job, if I see James Johnson when he was here doing his job, if I see Tyler Johnson when he was here doing his job, if I see Hassan Whiteside, if I see Deion Waiters, I'm fine with it. These guys were the best version of themselves when they were here in the Miami Heat uniform. It's not an accident. That's not a coincidence. I am earning everything that I'm given from Spo, his coaching staff, and these players.
How long do you, last one for me, how long do you give yourself? I mean, you said there's no off season. I'm sure you take a little.
No, I'm
bit.
going to the gym tomorrow, Tim. I'm not playing.
Seriously,
Yes.
are you making Bam go with you tomorrow?
I might give him a little time, but I'm going. Like I said, this is my life. Like it's a lifestyle for me. I am 40. I don't have the ability to take off as much time as those young guys have. I don't. It's just not. It's not for me no more. I used to take a month off, 2 months off. I take a month or two off. I might as well come over there with you and push pins and talk shit, Tim.
Maybe just talk shit.
No, I got to write some shit too. You know, you write a lot of shit. I'll write down shit too. I got to do everything. I want the full effect. I want to write it. I want to talk it. I want to be in the Zooms. Like if I stop playing and start working out, man, literally, I might as well find another profession. You know, my body won't come back.
You don't want a journalism veterans minimum. I'm telling you right now.
No, I would love to be in journalism so I can talk about Ira and you and everybody else the same way y'all talk about us. I'd light y'all ass up if I was in y'all spot.
Thank you, Udonis.
All right, next we'll go to Brandon Tobin.
Udonis, Bam's been open about how much you've challenged him this year to grow as a leader. What did you think of the job that he did growing as a leader this year, and what more do you want to see from him?
He did a great job, man. You know what I'm saying? Bam evolved as a man, as a basketball player, as a leader. But as you see, we still have work to do. You know what I'm saying? He still has work to do. And, I'm looking forward to the opportunity to spend a lot of time with him this summer. For me, the opportunity to be around Bam is more so, not just of a basketball aspect. I take the opportunity to be around Bam as a big brother, somewhat as a father figure. You know what I'm saying? I love the relationship that he has with his mom, and I just see, so much in that love, that I have for my mom. So, the relationship that I have with Bam is a real personal relationship, man. I just want to see Bam succeed on all levels. So, I'll spend a lot of time with Bam this summer, on a lot of different things. Basketball being one of them, but, we have a great coaching staff here, Malik and those guys, they're going to spend a lot of time with him. And then it comes to me to fill it up from the back end and challenge him, every day, every day.
All right, next we go to Anthony Chen.
AUD. This season was obviously so unique. How beneficial do you think this full off season will be for the young guys on this team, whether it be Precious, KZ finally get a summer league, entering his third season. He hasn't even played in summer league yet because of all the unique circumstances. Like how beneficial do you think this full off season could be for the guys after, such a short break last year?
I'm never one for excuses, and I won't give us any excuses. But as a young player, summertime development is very, very important. What type of player you're capable of being. We all see the abilities and the ceiling of a KZ and the ceiling of a Tyler and the ceiling of a Precious, and we all see what these guys can do, and we see flashes of these things, but people really don't understand, how spending an entire full summer in the gym with our coaching staff and the way we work and the way we grind, can really develop a young player. You look at the history of the players that the Miami Heat has developed, and the list can just go on and on. So, with a full summer, here, with the Miami Heat, with the staff, I'm looking for these guys to definitely come out different basketball players, better basketball players, and be able to contribute.
And I had one more. I know you've said you're not interested in coaching, but after kind of seeing your close friend and a former teammate, Karan, kind of be in that position, have your thoughts on that changed at all as far as?
Why don't you ask me about my close friend being the owner? But instead of asking me about my close friend being a coach, you could ask me that question. I said I never wanted to coach. I never said I didn't want to be an owner.
Okay. So being an owner intrigues you.
Once again, I never said I wanted to coach. I got a friend that's an owner too. You could ask me that question, Anthony, but you asked me about the coaching question. I'd have told you 10 times. So this is going to be the 11th. I don't want to coach.
Good. Thank you, ZD.
And next we go to Shannon Irish.
Hi, UD.
How you doing, Shannon?
Good. And yourself?
Good.
I just want to know.
Nice to you, Shannon. You don't get the treatment these other guys get.
Oh, thank you. You're the best. I appreciate it.
State.
Always so kind to me, regardless of my Seminole fanhood. I just want to know, after, an inconsistent season with a lot of challenges for you guys on and off the court, an ending that wasn't ideal, what is one or maybe two moments that you take away from this season that's positive, that you really loved?
The team fights to the end. You know what I'm saying? People don't understand, everything that we went through this year as far as, really not having a summer and playing basically 2 seasons back to back, the injuries with COVID and traveling. we never made excuses. We never made excuses, and we're not going to make excuses. And that's the one thing I'm most proud about these guys, that we don't make excuses. We got to get better. We got work to do, and we took our whipping like a man.